Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your monthly November 2019 horoscopes for each sign of the zodiac. And I'm going to start with Aries. Aries, this month for you is going to be a month in which a lot of you are going to be tired. I'm going to just keep it real. A lot of you are going to feel very tired. You're going to be feeling like you need a rest, need a vacation. And for some of you, you may be taking the, maybe a couple of days off around Thanksgiving this week or Black Friday to get your shopping in. This is going to be a taxing month for a lot of you Aries, not necessarily in a bad way, but what I mean by this is that a lot of you are feeling like you're having to baby someone or, kind of educate someone and teach them something that you feel like maybe on a certain level that they already should have that maturity or growth, and they're not exhibiting that to you. In many ways, a lot of you are going to be also kind of confused in your life path or your life cycle this month. A lot of you could be finding that there's a lot of different options available to you, but you're not sure which way to go, which way to turn. This is going to then kind of push a lot of you to maybe get a psychic reading, to get some clarity from an elder or someone that's a spiritual advisor, because a lot of you are going to be wanting an overview of what to expect or some kind of guidance. A lot of you are very focused right now on a relationship, especially those of you that are Aries that are single right now. A lot of you are going to be maybe flirting or, being courted by someone, basically going out, very old-fashioned type of energy, but it's fun. It is all fun. At the same time, a lot of you may be feeling, like I said, kind of like you've gone through the ringer. You're really tired. But, this love thing, whatever is happening for those of you, this may not apply to every Aries again out there, but for those of you that it would apply to, some of you may feel like, in your love life or your relationships, that kind of brings you peace, and it brings you, more deeper guidance. A lot of you are going to also be focusing on moving ahead, like traveling. There's a lot of travel this month for a lot of the signs, basically for all of them. But for you, Aries in particular, a lot of you could be going to exotic places, maybe to get away from the typical weather that you have in your area. Maybe you are in the North America, or in a part where it's very cold and you want to migrate more south where it's kind of warmer, or go to a tropical environment like Hawaii or, the Caribbean island, wherever. But there is a lot of movement, a lot of you that are really focusing on kind of deviating away from the mundane, from the repetitiveness of, every month, of the things that you normally do, those routines. So that's the horoscope for the sign of Aries. I'm wishing everyone a wonderful month ahead. And if you would like to purchase a psychic reading right now, these are being published on October the 26th. So I am running a sale until October 31st, 33% off all of my readings. Use promo code SPELLSQUAD, SPELLSQAD, for 33% off. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing month ahead, Aries. Taurus. All right, Taurus. So this month for you, there is a lot of brightness, a lot of good energy that is surrounding this month for you, Taurus. It's almost like, no matter what hits you, a lot of you have that, buoyancy, if that's the right word. Probably that's not the right word I'm looking for, but that resilience to bounce back. That's what I'm meaning to say, from any situation. A lot of you are kind of taking more of the emotional route when you are responding to maybe situations regarding your work or things that you're fervently passionate about. You are going to take the head-on approach. You're not going to be that type of person that kind of beats around the bush or, waits for someone to show you how they feel or say what's on their mind. No, you're going to be that person, Taurus, this month, where you kind of take things by the horns and you take, and you go full speed charge ahead, and you're like confronting people and you're wanting clear answers. And if you don't get them, then there's a price to pay. Basically, anyone in your life. Your home life seems to also be affected in many ways this month. There is some type of disruption. This could be some arguments with family members, especially around Thanksgiving. Maybe you have that nosy aunt, that comes over for Thanksgiving dinner and it's criticizing your life and how you should live it. Or It could be, that you are going to your in-laws and they don't approve of you being maybe married to, your husband or wife or whatever. And so you're having to face criticism. And I feel like that's mainly what it comes out of it, but you come out of it gracefully. There is this, point where you're just going to kind of like walk away from it. It's best that if you are confronted with anybody that has low vibes, just walk away from it. It's not worth your time and energy. A lot of you this month are going to be finding that your psychic intuition, your spiritual abilities, your dream states are all triggered in some kind of way. You're getting some downloads of information, some validation from the universe that things are changing, that there is something good on the horizon, or maybe you understand something that you couldn't understand earlier, earlier in the month or in previous months, and now it becomes very clear to you. So you are that high priestess or high priest. You are that person that is standing in its power, and you are encouraged this month to explore those sides. A lot of you may be doing some candle magic. You may be reading books on witchcraft, on maybe hoodoo, on how to expand your horizons. You may look at YouTube videos and learn from that. And this is just kind of like fulfilling and kind of feeling, kind of bringing you some new knowledge. And I feel like in many ways, a lot of you are going to appreciate that in many ways. So this is a good, interesting month for a lot of my Taurians out there. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. For all of you that are tuning into this horoscope for Taurus, if you want to go ahead and book a private psychic reading with a discount, you have until October 31st to take part of my promo code. Basically, it's use promo code Spell Squad. That's SPELLSQUAD upon checkout for 33% off of anything in my shop. This excludes emergency psychic readings, and again, it is available until October 31st. So be sure to check that out. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing month ahead, my Taurus. All right, my Geminis, for this month, for my Geminis, the heat is on. This month is going to be a month which I'm going to start off with the more negative than the positive, and then I'll get to the positive. For a lot of you, you're going to kind of need to be aware of what you're saying, what you're doing, and who pick and choose your battles wisely, because a lot of you are having the susceptibility of being attacked by people or feeling betrayed. A lot of Geminis tend to share a little bit too much with people that they think they can trust. The problem with that is that, unfortunately, we live in a world, in a society where a lot of people cannot be trusted, and a lot of people have loose tongues, meaning that they love to gossip. So what they, you tell them, they go and tell it to somebody else. So you need to be very careful with and how and who you communicate with this month. That is an important message at the very beginning. If you're not careful and you fall under this category that you're like a gossip queen or a gossip king, and you like to just, go and tell everyone your business, you run the risk of feeling the ramifications of that later in the month. It could get to the eyes or the ears of the person that you were gossiping about. Stay away from gossip. Raise your vibration, Gemini. This is not a month. I repeat, this is not a month to get involved in any kind of pettiness and gossip or trying to help someone or fight their own battles. If somebody is going through and you admire them, let them go through the flames themselves. Do not immerse yourself in those flames. Do not take part of it. This is not your cross. It's not your cross to bear. It's not your damage. Let that person go through with their own problems. That's the only way they're going to learn, because sometimes we can be instigators, and I'm just keeping it real. As a Gemini myself, I know this for a fact that we can be instigators, and sometimes that can get us in serious trouble. So just be very mindful of this. If you do follow, what I said, and for the most part, again, this may not apply to every Gemini. The month overall, the energy starts off very lightly, brightly, and you have a lot of positive things going on. Some of you that are single will be in a relationship. Some of you that are in a relationship are taking your relationships to another level. A lot of you are traveling. A lot of you are kind of in divine divinely orchestrated unions that are twin flame unions or soulmate unions this month. There's also something in the aspect of your career, Gemini, for this month in particular, where Spirit is telling you to kind of take a chance, take a leap of faith, kind of go forward. But a lot of you are kind of stuck on pause, and you're needing to kind of unstuck yourself on that and go forward. But everything seems to indicate that you will be able to do that. It's also a month of finding more balance in your life. For a lot of us Geminis, even though we think we can multitask, and we can for the most part, that is true, there is this level of right now where your mind could be going into future-oriented thoughts or kind of fantasizing on things, and not focusing. A lot of you may not feel very driven to when it comes to your personal work. No matter what kind of work you do, you may not feel very committed to that, and you want this escapism. Maybe it's like traveling that will set your soul on fire or set you free, and makes you feel more carefree and more able to be who you are. But a lot of us are looking this month for for some situation where we're not restricted and we're not held back. We want to be that free spirit. So there is a lot of traveling. There's a lot of you needing to trust your intuition a little bit more than, just doubting yourself. And so this is a good month to be Gemini. It definitely is. So I'm very excited for myself and for a lot of you out there that are my Gemini peeps. This is going to be a very eventful month, a lot of growth and a lot of self-reflection and a lot of changes on every level. But we will be just fine if you can, kind of just stay more focused and not get so scatterbrained. So this is the message for my Geminis for the month of November 2019. If you choose that you want to have a private psychic reading, right now all of my readings are on sale until October 31st, 2019. Use promo code Spell Squad, that's SPELLSQUAD, for 33% off of all of everything in my shop except for emergency psychic readings. Basically anything else, jewelry, books, cards, and readings are all 33% off. So blessings and love and light. Have an amazing month ahead, my Geminis. All right, for my Cancerians out there, my Moonchilds, this is the month in which a lot of you are going to be dealing with difficult situations, cutting toxicity out of your life, cutting toxic people out of your life. A lot of you are going to be in confrontations this month. Unfortunately, this may not be for every and may not apply to every Cancerian out there, but for the most part, if you're a Cancer sign, that's what I see this month, especially around your love life and relationships. A lot of you could be in a toxic relationship with a cheater, or you could be in a relationship where someone wants control over you and it's very stifling, and maybe they're hiding some things from you and how they spend their money, or maybe there's not enough money. There's a lot of this going on for a lot of you Cancerians. Where you're focusing on money, but maybe you're in the wrong relationship. And then for some of you, I'm seeing this month, your love life is going to be everything. There's going to be positivity, and those of you that aren't in positive relationships will see growth in your finances as well as a joint union, of two people, either married, a fiance, or even if you're single and you're both have, different jobs. There is just an overarching type of union and blessings that are being bestowed to both people in the relationship when it comes to money. Some of you may be going through something very karmic also when it comes to money, and where maybe you have been struggling for so long. I feel like this is a more positive period for you financially for all of you, but Spirit is cautioning you to kind of not spend or overspend, because we're getting closer into the holidays, Thanksgiving. Be sure that everything's balanced, that your family, if you're the one that's inviting family over for cooking, cooking a meal and everything, be sure that they're bringing their own items or contributing. You don't need to cover the costs of everything, especially for larger families. Spirit is saying it's not fair, to stand your ground and make sure that you're very vocal about it, and don't feel guilty about sharing that, because ultimately a family should contribute. They all should contribute to, any kind of fiesta or event, gathering, etc. There is something also for a lot of you out there that are going to be cutting out the toxic cycles that you've been developing in your own life, like vices, like addictions. It could be addictions to, food, to alcohol, to smoking. A lot of you this month are making big changes, and for some of you, this is going to be in the home, in the work front. Changing jobs, quitting a job that no longer is bringing you joy, and taking a chance and getting hired somewhere else. So there's a culmination of different energies this month for my Cancerians out there, and that's what's being shown. So I hope you did enjoy this message for the month of November. If you're a Cancer sign, and if you would like a private psychic reading with me, right now I am offering them all off for 33% off of all readings on my website if you use promo code Spell Squad. That's SPELLSQUAD for 33% off all of my psychic readings. On my website up until October 31st, 2019. That's when that promo code ends. So be sure to take advantage of it. If you want to buy someone, a reading for a 12-month reading to see what's ahead for the next year, or you want to gift someone a reading for Christmas, etc., this is the time to do so. So blessings and love and light. Have an amazing month ahead, my Cancerians. Leo, this month for you, Leo, it's all about the powerful divine feminine in your life. Whether this is a mother figure, it is a wife, it is an fiance, someone that you're dating. A lot of you are going, if you are not in that situation, it could be, like I said, a sister, a mother, a very powerful or very mature female matriarch in the family that you are going to be seeking some guidance about your love life, because I feel like for Leos this month, it's all about your love life. A lot of you are going to be feeling kind of unsure about your love life, where you stand, where you are. A lot of you are going to be feeling like you are solidified when it comes to your love life, and you're not wandering. You're really already aware of where you want to go and what you want out of a relationship. But for the most part, a lot of you may be kind of having cold feet, or just having doubts that this person that you're spending time and energy with is just filling a void and not necessarily fulfilling your soul or feeding your soul the way that you would like it to be fed. And so there is a sense of kind of like you kind of focusing more on your career and pushing that out of your mind and your thoughts, and focusing more on your career. And a lot of you are working very hard. A lot of you this month will be putting in overtime, will be putting on longer hours, or maybe asked to work, an extra shift, etc. And a lot of you are willingly going to do it, because for you, money is very important this month in particular, especially if you have kids and you're a Leo. You are thinking about, Christmas gifts and maybe a trip that you want to take your family on, your children on. So there's a lot of planning and strategicness to the month of November for my Leos out there. You also are, if you're unfulfilled in your job, for those of you that are, at your job and you're like, this is not for me, I'm not happy, a lot of you will be seeking some new jobs, but there is a certain comfort that you already have in your, or familiarity in your current job, where you don't want to necessarily abandon it or leave it behind. And so a lot of you will say that you want to move forward, you want a new job, but the fact of it, when you get to the nitty gritty of it and maybe go on an interview, etc., a part of you is not wanting on a subconscious level to really change and not start all over again, because of the uncertainty of knowing whether or not you're going to fall in and adapt to these new situations or new environments. So a lot of you could be setting yourself up for failure, purposely failing an interview, or at the time you get cold feet or your mind goes blank, etc. So a lot of you are going to have to kind of push past those fears and insecurities, because fear is not a vibration of God. It's not a high vibration. It is a very low and negative vibration. And you need to push past it, because that blocks your spiritual abilities, it blocks your intuition, and it blocks your life path. A lot of you are also have all the tools necessary to make any changes, not only in your career, but in your love life. Let's say you're in a stagnant love situation. For those of you that this may apply to, not everyone is this going to apply to, but for those that it does apply to, you have all the tools necessary to move out of that. But again, like I said, there is this period of comfortability or fear of the unknown. And for the most part, a lot of you, I feel like you're going to be brave and push through all these barriers or blocks that you're experiencing, and you're going to move forward with it, regardless of how much it terrifies you. That's when you see more growth at the soul level, and you start, acclimating and really moving towards your full purpose in life, is when you push past those fears. And that's what I see. So I want to thank all of my Leos out there for tuning in for this month's horoscope. If you want a private psychic reading with me, you can visit my website. Right now I'm offering 33% off of all the things in my shop, including jewelry, cards, etc., readings, except for emergency readings. That's the only exception, but everything else is 33% off until October 31st, 2019. Be sure to take advantage of it. Blessings and love and light, guys. Have an amazing, amazing November. Virgo, this month for you Virgos out there, there is a lot of focus on your love life, relationships when it comes to your emotional relationships, your love life, romance, passion and intimacy, your sexuality. There's a lot of darkness that some of you are going to be experiencing this month around this. You could already be feeling this at the end of October when I'm recording this video for the monthly horoscopes. But there's a certain level of manipulation, this certain level that of an unhealthy relationship, a codependency, where a lot of you Virgos are needing to break away from that and breaking free. You may not be the culprit or the one that's behind this, but you're needing your freedom, you're needing your space, and you're going to kind of make some strong changes in your life that kind of may make other people question your reason behind it, or question why you are changing. They're not used to this more fierce Virgo energy that is coming in through the month of November. A lot of you are going to be walking away from relationships. Unfortunately, there's going to be some breakups. Again, this may not apply to every single Virgo out there, but for the most part, there's a lot of something on the emotional level that you walk away. If this is not your relationship, it could be a family member that you're cutting out of your life. But there is a lot of that. For those of you that have that are males, we're dealing this month with your divine masculine energy. And for those of you that are females, you could be dealing with a very strong masculine energy. And it's like there is this two sides to the male energy this month, where one is very emotional, loves to show their passion, their emotions. They kind of wear their heart on their sleeve. And there's this other part that's kind of cold, kind of very, very, what's the word? Rough, very much rugged on the exterior, not someone that's ruled by his emotions. He's very, so there's like a male energy in your life that could be bipolar in many ways, having like two different personalities, or showing himself in two different ways to yourself, if that makes sense. And if you are a male or a female in a relationship with this person that I'm talking about, this could be a month in which you are going to have some struggles, because you're going to start seeing a different side to this person. But there's a lot of focus on your money, on your careers. A lot of you are going to be doing exceptionally well in that area. A lot of you are also going to be kind of dealing more with your inner child and exploring that. And kind of fine-tuning your own emotions and how you respond to situations. This is also going to be a month of travel for a lot of Virgos out there. So a lot of you will be very busy socially, etc. So, overall, this month, the energy is really good to be a Virgo, but again, it's like a lot of testing situations for those of you that are in a relationship or a friendship or a family relationship that could, go south very quickly if you are not setting boundaries and being very vocal and just standing your ground overall, not letting people take advantage of you. That is the message for all of my Virgos for the month of November. If you did like this reading and would like to purchase a private psychic reading, all of my readings well, basically anything on my shop is on sale for 33% off using promo code Spell Squad. That's SPELLSQUAD upon checkout for 33% off. This only excludes my emergency psychic readings. If you are interested, check it out. I want to wish you all an amazing month. Blessings and love and light. Take care. All right, for my Libras this month, this is going to be a month in which a lot of you Libras are going to experience some, or could experience some heartbreak. There could be a third-party relationship, someone cheating on you in a relationship if you are in a relationship. And if you are, this may or may not apply to everyone, like I said. But for the most part, what I'm being shown is a lot of you are going to be going through some testing situations when it comes to disillusionment or disappointment on someone that you felt was loyal or that was your soulmate, etc. I see a lot of heartbreak and a lot of relationships, basically ending, or a time of separation for both parties mutually agree to separate and get some clarity and kind of sit with their actions of what has been done, how they've hurted someone, and what they can do to fix the situation going forward. So a lot of you are going to go throughout this month, on your personal love life and situation, kind of feeling attacked by other people, especially if this gets out into social media. We all know how messy social media is nowadays. And it could be that you want to retaliate and kind of go on social media to air out your dirty laundry. And Spirit is saying for you to stay away from being petty and childish and going to social media like some celebrities do, Some of you are also going to be finding that in your family life, there's a lot of unity, a lot of happy times, regardless of what's going on in your personal love life. And it, even if you have a family with a partner and there's problems there. When it comes to your children, your mother, your father, your sister, a lot of you may be experiencing some good times, especially around the holidays of Thanksgiving, Black Friday. There's a lot of spending time with people that you love or soul family that you consider friends but are more like soul family to you. There's a lot of unions, a lot of chatting, a lot of things that are going to keep you very busy, Libra, this month. On another note, a lot of you could be finding that you are, if you're single, you could be meeting your soulmate or twin flame this month. There is a potential for you to get someone new into your life, or allow to explore that new person in some kind of way. Some of you are also going to be kind of like learning new things. This could be undergoing some kind of training, doing like a tutorial. If you are in, let's say, college, you could be going through finals or midterms, I don't know, with the month of November, but a lot of you could be going through some kind of testing and basically wanting to finish that so that way you can move on and kind of relax. A lot of you are like over school, over college, etc. And for a lot of you, you're tired of working. You want to take a vacation, or you may want to take Black Friday through the weekend off, or maybe a whole week vacation off. So a lot of you may or may not kind of get that. And if you don't get what you want this month, do not be disappointed, because you always have next month. But that's the energy this month for my Libras out there. And if you want a private psychic reading, right now I'm offering everything in my shop except for emergency readings is basically 33% off. Use promo code Spell Squad upon checkout. That's SPELLSQUAD. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing month ahead for all of my Libras. Scorpio, this month for my Scorpions out there, it is a month of energy, a month of connection, a month of relationships, being good relationships that you're establishing, maybe new friendships. For those of you that are single, that are looking, you could be meeting or go on a date with someone, or start dating someone, and things becoming very serious. I feel like you're that energy this month that you're cutting out anything that it doesn't agree in your path, and you're being very firm in your decisions. And a lot of people may find that kind of intimidating. And not only that, but your intuition speaks, and so you're guided to act upon your own intuition and what you are being divinely given, Scorpio, this month. So basically anything that you are working hard towards manifesting, whether it's your a new career, or starting a new health plan for yourself or to get in shape for the holidays, or, whether it's like writing a book or finishing that, whatever you have that's been undone or untouched, a lot of you Scorpios are going to be working very hard and actually finishing and accomplishing a lot through the month of November. For a lot of you, you're going to be standing very strong with your money. You're going to be financially stable this month, especially if you haven't seen that in previous months. There could be some kind of money that you come into, possibly, or that falls into your lap, or it could be a lottery ticket. You go and scratch it off, and boom, you won instantaneously. Again, that's not going to apply to every single person, but for the most part, there is a sense of money coming in. At the same time, Spirit is asking you to be very aware of your surroundings, even though you are one of the most revered signs in the zodiac, and known for your power, your strength, and your intuition and mystery. There is some kind of male energy around you that could try to be dancing or prancing around you and being very deceptive and holding things, ultimately with the goal of maybe taking something from you, whether it's your energy, it's money, etc. It's someone that is very much vibrates on that level. And so Spirit is saying for you to kind of be more aware and awaken at this time. A lot of you are going to be at a crossroads, kind of choosing between two areas, maybe like a sacrifice that you're going to have to make in your work life, whether it's like if you're working 2 jobs or 3 jobs. Some of you out there are working 3 jobs, to be honest, and it's taking a toll on yourself and sacrificing maybe your family time. And so what Spirit is saying is that you're going to have to choose between money and your happiness or your family life. And family should come before money. And sometimes a lot of people will work themselves into the ground, basically, just to make some coins. And at what price? Especially if there's problems already with your children or with your family needing that parental energy around them. Spirit is saying that's where you could be facing some challenges. A lot of you could be receiving some criticism from other family members telling you that they don't agree on how you're maybe raising your children, the way that you're choosing to live your life. Because for the most part, there's a lot of carefree energy surrounding Scorpio this month. And so in the month of November, a lot of you could be kind of wanting to go out to the club, wanting to party. Again, not every Scorpio is this going to apply to, but for the most part, there's this kind of like sense, especially if you were a young Scorpio that grew up very soon and gave birth to children at a very young age. Maybe you were pregnant at 16, 15, and you went up, up into your mid-20s giving birth, and you had several kids, etc. And now you didn't get to experience that youth and what other children your age, young adults your age may have experienced. And now you're in your 40s, and you have all your kids are grown up. Maybe one is still not grown, and still needing Mama Bear's advice or Papa Bear's advice. A lot of you could be wanting to spend more of your quality time, with your friends, and kind of reconnecting to your inner child. And there's going to be some struggles in this area for Scorpios this month. So just be mindful of that. Pay attention to that. If you like this horoscope and you want to get a private psychic reading, right now I'm offering everything in my shop, including all of my psychic readings, for 33% off, with the exception of emergency readings. Use promo code Spell Squad for 33% off upon checkout, and you will get that. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing month, all of my Scorpios. All right, for the sign of Sagittarius, this month, my Sagittarians, a lot of you are going to be going through some blissful times in your love life and your dating. There's just a lot of young, fun energy attached to this. When it comes to your finances, I see you working hard, being financially okay, stable. When it comes to your time and your energy, finding greater balance is necessary. For a lot of you, you're maybe just spending too much time on social media, spending too much time worrying about things that haven't come to pass yet. Maybe you're focusing and daydreaming, or you're just not very centered and focused. And that is what you'll need to work on most of this month if you are a Sagittarian. I feel like, if you've been working hard towards a goal, or changing a job, or starting a self-entrepreneur or a self-employed business, this is a perfect month for some of you. Not everyone, but I feel like whatever you put your mind to and you really are focused and passionate about, it will come to fruition. You will start manifesting and bringing this to life. Some of you may be falling pregnant this month or giving birth this month if you are a Sagittarian. There's a lot of new birth energy, like either you're birthing a new idea or you are giving birth. You're giving life to someone. A lot of you are also going through the healing phase this month, basically healing from past trauma, healing from relationships that you may have been in or situations that kind of drained you in some kind of way. And so a lot of you are still dealing with the remnants of that. Maybe you have had to defend yourself against your family or fight against someone, not physically fight, but verbally, and challenge someone because you know that they're wrong or you don't share that opinion. And so that can create an hostility in your environment, in your personal situations and communications. But I feel for the most part that a lot of you will be breaking through those barriers and healing and fixing, like I said, those broken situations that need healing the most. And so by the end of the month, a lot of you will be traveling and really kind of focusing on what to do. A lot of you may be having some boredom set in, especially if you get a couple of days off during your holidays. And rather than spending, cooking a turkey and, Thanksgiving meals, a lot of you are going to probably be like, I do this every year. I am just going to, not purchase a turkey this year. I'm not going to do Black Friday. I'm going to, make some changes and do the untraditional, which maybe will be to go out and eat for Thanksgiving or, suggest that another family member prepares a meal, etc. So there's going to be a lot of newness in your life, if that's even a word. A lot of you are going to be kind of changing, like I said, changing it up, and people around you are going to probably miss the old you and the old customs and traditions that maybe you've done religiously every single year. And this year you're like, you know what? No more. I am not going to stress and sweat over a hot stove preparing a meal that's only going to be consumed in 2 to 3 days. And after that, then what? And no one helps you clean up. They expect you to do everything. So again, a lot of changes if you're a Sagittarius, or a lot of you out there. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you would like to book a private psychic reading, I'm offering everything in my shop, all of my psychic readings, for 33% off until October 31st, 2019. Use promo code Spell Squad. That's SPELLSQUAD for 33% off. The only exception is emergency readings. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing month ahead, Sagittarius. All right, my Capricorns, this month for November, a lot of you are going to be finding that even though you may be getting along with a partner or a family member, a lot of you are kind of going into that introverted mode and finding more solace and peace when you are by yourself and getting that clarity. A lot of you will not be wanting to do the traditional parties and events and cooking and stuff like that, if that is Thanksgiving related. For a lot of you Capricorns, for you, something has shifted. Perhaps you come to the realization that it's been over commercialized or sensationalized, and you've lost a lot of the traditional meanings behind Thanksgiving, etc. A lot of you may not choose to do any of those celebrations, but do something of your own, very private, maybe very, very much relaxing, staying at home, avoiding, having to spend money on gas and traveling to or on a flight to go visit your family. A lot of you are going to be staying more at your home, etc. And that's okay. Spirit wants you to realize that it's okay. There is going to be some good news that comes in this month for a lot of you Capricorns. This could be you receiving a promotion, a nomination, receiving some kind of commendation, some type of award, some type of recognition from your peers or people that really admire you in some kind of way. You could be finding that someone is giving you money that they owe you this month. But at the same time, you need to be careful because you can start a war very easily, Capricorn, with your energy this month. It's very easy for you to start having people turn against you and a big fight ensue, verbally with family members or friends, etc. So Spirit is wanting you to control your emotions, kind of tone it down a notch this month in particular. Not everyone's going to agree with you this month, especially in your family life. You will have those family members, but anything that you're personally working hard on, you're going to manifest it. It's going to come into fruition. This could send a lot of you into kind of a spiral of seeking some spiritual guidance from a spiritual advisor, an elder, someone that is very gifted. And so a lot of you will get psychic readings this month for the year ahead, or for next month for December, to get some clarity on decisions that you need to make, but otherwise you need some validation on some level. I see a lot of you working very hard financially. You're making that money, you're collecting your coins, and on some level, some of you feel like you may be treated or being judged in some kind of way by people who don't have that passion or drive to succeed like you do. And Spirit is saying, just keep it moving. You don't have time to waste on petty people or petty energy, and so just keep it light and focused on your goals. Stay determined. So I want to thank you this month, if you're a Capricorn, for listening to my video in your horoscope. If you do want to set up a private psychic reading, right now I'm offering everything in my shop, including psychic readings, for 33% off. Use promo code Spell Squad upon checkout for 33% off. That's SPELLSQUAD, and you'll get that. The only exception is on emergency readings. That's the only type of reading that this promo code does not apply to. But other than that, I want to wish you a wonderful month ahead. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing day or night wherever you are. All right, for my Aquarians out there, this month for you Aquarians is going to be a month of a lot of things going on that could be very overwhelming for a lot of you Aquarians. There's this level of needing to make amends. Some of you are not emotionally right. This year has been very trying for you as we're ending the end of the year with only one more month left if you're listening to this monthly horoscope in the month of November. But if you're listening to it today on October 26th, when I'm publishing this on my YouTube channel, a lot of you have been going through breakups, either in friendships that went south or went sour, relationships or heartbreak on any kind of level, or you distancing yourself from anyone that has challenged you in some kind of way, and that you may not necessarily agree on how you were treated or felt like it was unfair. A lot of you may also kind of come to the realization that perhaps there was some validity to what was said and done, and a lot of you are not wanting to end your year in a way of not making amends. It's going to cause your soul to kind of be held accountable in some kind of way and feel guilty for not wanting to make amends or get closure that you deserve and need at this time. So a lot of you will be kind of trying to make amends, even if it means, that relationship still being dead, but at least you have closure on your part. A lot of you will be trying to camouflage your emotions and the things that kind of are making you feel maybe erratic or feeling paranoid, or worried about your finances on some kind of level. If you, again, are going through financial issues, this may not apply to every Aquarian out there, but a lot of you are going to try to camouflage that and kind of be like the chameleon in many ways. And so this is going to be something where a lot of you are going to be throwing yourself into parties or meeting with friends or spending time with someone that is dear to your heart to get, some clarity and maybe try to cleanse your conscious or your soul on some level. The problem with that is that if you're not confronting, again, going back to what I said at the very beginning, and really confronting that person that maybe hurt you or that you hurt on some kind of level, there is this part that you are still in denial, and maybe this is going to cause you to feel very unsettled for the remaining of the month. And it's going to reflect in your personal relationships and your personal business meetings and the people that are in your circle, in your social circle. Everyone's going to be noticing something different about you. Maybe this is something that's affecting now your something that happened in your friend's circle that's now affecting your home life, affecting your family on some kind of level. And so rather than kind of casting blame on other people, it's more about a self-reflection this month for Aquarians and self-realization that there is something broken in your life that you need to fix, and you need to address it. And until you do so, you will be continue to be in this stuck pattern throughout the month of November. And for the most part, a lot of you have that power to change it. I'm being shown that there is a doorway that you can go through to achieve that peace that you desire, and fix things on a deep level. But this is where ego comes in, and versus, what is going to be healthy and healing for Aquarians. And so for a lot of you Aquarians listening to this, you may feel like I'm, this horoscope is kind of, kind of like bringing things maybe that are very hurtful or touchy or very sensitive to your heart and soul. And that's not the intention, but I'm keeping it real. This is what Spirit is showing me this month, And so for the most part, a lot of you may find that your finances this month suck. They really do. You may be losing money, and some of you, while you gain it, you may be losing it. This is going to be a cycle, again, that can be changed, but everything is going to, your personal happiness is a reflection of every other relationship and area of your life. Those areas affect your happiness and your money. So if you can fix your happiness in some kind of way, it's going to fix your money. It's going to fix everything, and everything will be more in sync for you. So that's a horoscope for my Aquarians. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to book a private psychic reading, I'm offering 33% off this month of all my readings, including cards, jewelry, etc., with the exception of emergency readings. Upon checkout, use promo code SPELLSQUAD, that's SPELLSQUAD, for 33% off. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing month, my Aquarians. Pisces, this month for you Pisces, it's a month about kind of looking at a motherly figure, healing some relationships with a female figure in your life. This could even be about yourself, healing and fixing some damaged part of yourself that you're noticing a cycle of hurt and pains. Typically when people are hurting, they hurt other people in some kind of way. This is also a month about you focusing on your money. There's a lot of dissatisfaction with your job. A lot of you will be wanting to leave your job over the next couple of months, going into the new year, looking at new possibilities, different prospects, and contemplating your next move, whether it's becoming your own business owner or entrepreneur, and monetizing off of that, making some money off of that. There is a finality for some of you out there, ending like I said, a job, ending a relationship, ending a partnership, or ending a friendship. Unfortunately, that is the case here this month of November for Pisces. But things are changing. The wheel is turning, the wheel of fortune. There's a lot of things changing for you. So if you've been under a streak of bad luck, or you think that, things have been going pretty bad for you, things are going to look up for you this month in particular, especially by the time we get to the end of the month. I feel like this month for Pisces, and I've said this for a couple of the other zodiac signs as well. I feel like a lot of you Pisces out there may be more of like the hermit this month, more introverted, not wanting to partake in the festivities that involve large groups or parties, but maybe staying within the confines of your home with your partner and staying kind of pampered and sheltered, and maybe, feeling more one. The problem with that is that a lot of you could become very clingy or codependent when it comes to a relationship. And even though, there's a lot of love and you're well liked and etc., this could become a problem for someone that is maybe more willing to have an open relationship, or is wanting to kind of have his or her freedom in some kind of way. So be sure to, check yourself and watch for those tendencies to heal. But this is the overall energy for the month of November for the sign of Pisces. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did want to book a private psychic reading, I'm offering 33% off of anything in my shop, including jewelry, cards, for 33% off. Use promo code SPELLSQUAD, SPELLSQUAD, for 33% off upon checkout. This is the only exception is emergency readings, that promo code doesn't work. But other than that, blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing month, my Pisces.